How would the laws of physics adapt to a merged timeline? Could the merging of timelines create new forms of matter or energy? What would happen to the concept of causality if past and present events influence each other simultaneously? Could we develop technology to control or stabilize the merging of timelines? What would happen to our sense of identity if we possess memories from multiple timelines? How would our understanding of free will and determinism change in a merged timeline? Would the merging of timelines alter our perception of reality and consciousness? How would individuals cope with the psychological stress of living in a constantly shifting reality? How would different cultures from various eras coexist and interact? What new social norms and laws would emerge to govern a merged timeline? How would historical figures influence modern politics and society? Could the merging of timelines lead to the creation of a new, unified global culture? How would access to future technology impact the development of society? What ethical dilemmas would arise from the use of advanced technology by people from the past? Could we prevent the misuse of powerful technologies in a merged timeline? How would we ensure the responsible sharing of knowledge across different eras? How would the introduction of species from different time periods affect ecosystems? Could we develop strategies to manage the environmental impact of a merged timeline? What new forms of agriculture and resource management would emerge? How would climate change be influenced by the merging of timelines? How would individuals reconcile their past and present selves? What new forms of relationships and family structures might develop? How would people find meaning and purpose in a constantly changing reality? Could the merging of timelines lead to new forms of art, literature, and expression? These are just a few of the many questions that arise when we consider the astonishing concept of merging timelines. Stay with us as we delve deeper into this fascinating topic. It's a mind-bending idea that scientists, philosophers, and writers have pondered for generations. First off, from a scientific standpoint, merging timelines would challenge our very understanding of time and space. According to Einstein's theory of relativity, time is a dimension, much like space, and it can be warped by gravity and speed. If timelines started to merge, it might signal a breakdown in the fabric of space-time itself. Now consider quantum mechanics, where particles can exist in multiple states at once, a phenomenon known as superposition. If our timelines merged, we might see macroscopic objects, including ourselves, existing in multiple states or locations simultaneously. The deterministic nature of classical physics would no longer apply, leading to bizarre and unpredictable outcomes. And what about temporal paradoxes? Imagine someone from the past interacting with their present self. It could create contradictions and inconsistencies, like the famous grandfather paradox, where a time traveler prevents their own existence by altering the past. Such paradoxes could disrupt the continuity of events as we know them. This brings us to some deep existential questions. If the past and present coexist, what does that mean for our sense of self? Would we retain memories and experiences from both timelines, or would they blend into a single unified consciousness? This could lead to an identity crisis as individuals struggle to reconcile their past and present selves. Lastly, let's talk about determinism versus free will. If past events influence the present in real time, it might suggest a deterministic universe where our actions are predestined. Alternatively, it could imply a more fluid reality, where free will plays a crucial role in shaping the timeline. So what do you think? While the idea of merging timelines is fascinating, it's essential to consider the potential complications that could arise. The merging of past and present timelines could lead to numerous challenges, some of which might be catastrophic. Let's explore some of the issues that could occur. First, let's look at the scientific and physical problems. Imagine the grandfather paradox, where interactions between past and present selves create logical inconsistencies and potentially catastrophic disruptions in the timeline. The superposition of states at a macroscopic level might result in unpredictable and chaotic behavior, making it difficult to maintain a stable reality. The merging of timelines could cause distortions in the fabric of space-time, leading to phenomena like wormholes, black holes, or other anomalies that threaten the stability of the universe. Next, consider the concept of temporal chaos. Reality itself could fracture. You might see ghostly apparitions of people from different eras walking through your home, their forms flickering in and out of existence. The boundaries between past and present would blur, making it impossible to distinguish what is real. Another terrifying possibility is time loops. Imagine being stuck in a perpetual cycle of your worst day, unable to escape or change the outcome. Identity dissolution could occur as past and present selves merge. Your memories and experiences could blend into a confusing and disorienting mix. You might forget who you are, losing your sense of self as your mind becomes a chaotic jumble of conflicting identities. Traumatic events from the past could resurface with vivid intensity, haunting you like never before. You might experience flashbacks so real that they feel like they're happening in the present, blurring the line between memory and reality. On a societal level, the sudden merging of timelines could lead to widespread panic and chaos. Mass hysteria might ensue as people struggle to cope with the bizarre and terrifying changes. Riots, looting, and violence could become commonplace as society unravels. Imagine historical figures returning to the present. Notorious figures from history, such as dictators, warlords, and criminals, could suddenly find themselves in positions of power, wreaking havoc on the modern world. Their ruthless tactics and ideologies could lead to widespread suffering and oppression. Lastly, the environmental consequences could be devastating. The merging of timelines could disrupt the natural order, triggering catastrophic events. Earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, and tsunamis could become more frequent and severe, devastating entire regions and leaving destruction in their wake. The sudden introduction of species from different time periods could wreak havoc on ecosystems. Predatory creatures from the past might hunt modern animals to extinction, while invasive plants could overrun native flora, leading to ecological collapse. In summary, while the concept of merging timelines is intriguing, the potential for disaster is immense.